In today's episode, I get down and dirty with the bugs and the leaves. I knacker myself out climbing some hills. I get really excited when I see the sun and then freeze on top of a hill, all for the sake of getting images like this. Welcome back to another episode, and today I am in a place called Chanctonbury Ring, which is part of the South Downs. There isn't a great deal of imagery for this location, which could be a good thing or it could also be a bad thing, but we'll find out later on, I'm sure. I'm trying to look for something maybe a little bit different. Now, Chanctonbury Ring, there does seem to be this image that's recurring from a few photographers of the big long path leading up to this tree, this big group of trees on top of the hill. So what I'm going to try and do is come up with something a bit different. Anyway, I'm going to continue climbing and I'll come back to you in a few minutes. So as I was walking up the path, something caught my eye off to the right hand side, and it was this. It's an enormous tree. It's probably about, I think probably about 45-50 feet long, and it stretches all the way up the bank. And then off to the side here, on this side, is another equally beautiful tree that's still standing, all with moss covering around it. And even on the likes of the ground here, there's like, on the ground you still got branches all covered in moss as well. So I thought that for the first shot today, I'd fit the Tamron 1530 onto the D850 and come in quite close and for a big bank shot and see what we get. I've tried a few shots with that, and I think there's only one thing for it really, and that's to get down to the ground with it. It's going to look really, really good if you've got, especially with this lens, at 15mm. And then looking up into that tree is going to be really, really effective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lie down the ground so you can follow me. And then I'm going to shoot up and I'll come back to you once I've done it. So, the things that we do for photography. Oh, God. So, I get to the top and we've got sun, and more importantly, we have got cloud. So, if this keeps going the way it's going, I'm in silhouette, you can see the cloud, and I'm hoping that that sun is going to make it all the way down and light this sky up. So I'm near the top now, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he says, as he goes out of view, bear with me, hopefully we're going to end up with some colour in the sky. So while I was walking along there, you probably saw that I had that sun behind me in the shadow, and then I saw what I thought would be a really good panorama. So I took the camera out, put the polarizer on it, on the 2470, and then did a vertical panorama of the entire thing. I think there's a composite of about 5-6 shots in total. It was at f11 and it was ISO 160. So if the shot turns out to be any good, I'll put it on the screen for you now. Okay, so made it up to the top, and the grove of trees that you see over behind me is what I've come here to photograph. Now, as you can see, and I showed you on the way up, the cloud has started to break up quite a lot, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we're going to end up with a really nice sunset. Now, I've said this many times before, and looking out at the moment, well, it's sort of 50-50. It might or might not. There is a bank of cloud just that way, and it might be that the sun gets blocked as it goes down, but we can live in hope. We still might get some colour from it because there's enough of a break in that sky, I think, for the sunlight to come through. So what I'm going to do is I'll set the shot up now and I'll show you what I'm going to do. It's probably going to be starting on the 15 to 30. But I'll set the shot up on the other tripod and then I'll come back to you. So in the finest traditions of British weather, the sun decided to do a disappearing trick. And as it did, that wind has got really, really bitingly cold. I mean, I'm quite exposed up here anyway. We're at the top of a hill, so it's not really surprising. But nonetheless, I persevered. I've taken a few shots. And what I'll do is I'll spin the camera around now so that you can actually see what I've got. It's not actually as bad as I thought it was with the sun gone. So if we can line it up and I'll show you there. So effectively what you've got is some nice contrast in the greens. So you've got shadows and you've got highlight within the greens itself. Now I did try the 15 to 30 and it was just too wide. So I've decided to go with the 2470 in the end and put it at 24mm. The ISO, I wanted some shadow detail up here in the trees, so you can see there is you can see there is some shadow detail within the trees themselves, and I wanted to keep that as much as I possibly could, because otherwise I was going to lose that and it was just going to end up with a lot of black. So I've gone for ISO 400 for that reason, just to try and keep some detail in it. But as you can see, it is quite a nice shot. If the shot turns out any good, I shall put it on the screen now. So I'm nearly done for today, and there's a few shots that I didn't have a chance to do a video of, only because the sun and the light and that was moving so fast and changing so quickly that I just didn't have time to. I was putting my gear away and I happened to look over at the sky and I saw it starting on the far side to turn pink and then starting to darken, and I thought this is an opportunity for me to go and have a look. So what I came upon was what you see behind me here. So the lower part of the sky here turned very, very pink. Now, it doesn't show up very well on the video, but hopefully on the photograph you'll see it. And there was just the big slot of pink and red and orange right at the bottom of the shot. You had the track leading in, and this little bit of water here on the track was just enough to show reflections of these trees here. So there's lots of pointing going on here. So yeah, forgive fingers. Anyway, I think without a doubt that the shot I've just taken is probably the shot of the day. It's just beautiful. The sky was right, everything just lined up properly, and I really, really like it. So if that shot has turned out any good, I'll put it up on the screen right now. If you like today's video, then I'd appreciate some comments telling me why you like it. Equally, if there's things that you want to see in future videos, then let me know, because I'm open to suggestions. I don't have the monopoly on good videos, certainly not, and I'm willing to try anything that people suggest, within reason of course. So until next time, thanks for watching, and get out there and practice and enjoy photography.